When I was 20 years old, 1968, October 68, I enlisted in the Navy out at Millington Naval Air Station. And I went to reserve meetings for a year, and then I went active duty with the fleet, with the regular Navy, 2 days after my 21st birthday in October of 69. And I wound up on, about a month later, I wound up on the Forrestal and made 2 med cruises, a 6-month cruise and a 7-month cruise in the Mediterranean. We were stationed, the ship was home ported out of Norfolk, Virginia at Pier 12. It was part of the 6th Fleet. And I can tell you some stories from my time in the Navy and working in the aircraft maintenance office as a yeoman, which sounds cushy enough, but it wasn't cushy at all. We deployed to the Mediterranean around December the 1st of the same year for the 6-month cruise. I wound up spending Christmas in Paris, France, 5 days in Paris, France, believe it or not, in 1969. Got to see Naples, Italy twice, Athens twice, Corfu twice, Majorca twice, Crete once, Malta countless times, Trieste, Italy once. Now this is over a 2-year period. In that time on Liberty, I witnessed a lot of spectacular fights, which they told us in boot camp, when you guys are going to the fleet, you're all going to sea. We were kind of a supplement to the, anyway, he said, you're going to get in fights. Well, I never managed to get in any fights myself, but I saw quite a few spectacular brawls. Like I saw a guy break a chair over another guy's back in a bar in Malta. And of course, the shore patrol rushed in and subdued these guys. In that same cruise, we were in Athens, Greece. Well, we went to this bar, and Wash got into it with some other sailor, and this other sailor slashed his cheek with a broken beer bottle. And we had to go back to the Forrestal, take him back to a sick bay, obviously, to have his face stitched up. I can tell you some actual sea stories. There was another time I was a mail clerk for the aircraft maintenance office, which was composed of 3 different divisions. And I was waiting in line for mail call to pick up these big, nasty, heavy-ass mail bags full of mail. And I'm waiting on a weather deck in line to pick up the mail for my 3 divisions. And alongside our port side, about 150 yards to our port side, was a Soviet destroyer steamed along our port side, going alongside of us. And it was so close you could see the hammer and sickle on their fantail, and you could see their sailors walking around on the weather decks, eyeballing us. And I'm standing there, and at eye level, 2 A4 jets. Now I saw them before I heard them. They were breaking the sound barrier. When I saw them, I saw these jets right there, and then boom, which is the sound of these guys breaking the sound barrier. They were there to ward off that destroyer. And then, sure enough, that destroyer peeled off and went off in another direction. Like I said, I got to spend 5 days in London. I got to see the band Traffic with Steve Winwood while I was there, and the Keith Hartley band at the famed Marquee Club in Soho, London. I think the last Liberty I spent was in Cannes, France. And my friend Rod Scaflin from North Dakota and I got to spend some time with some young French people our age that had a flat there in Cannes. And they asked us all sorts of questions. We had a good time. It was a learning experience. And as far as how the Navy affected the rest of my life, it had a profound effect on the rest of my life because it demonstrated to me how cushy civilian life really is. People don't understand that's a coarse existence aboard ship, even on a big boat like the Forrestal. Yeah, it made me appreciate civilian life, and I would not, even though I was a spoiled lower middle class kid, and I kvetched about it the entire time I was in the Navy, I wouldn't trade that experience for $1 million, nor would I trade it for all the college degrees in the world. It was an unforgettable experience.